Hello Australia, welcome to our episode 700 of The Couch. Congratulations to all our team over the years. Nearly 20 years of The Couch, 19 exact, but about 20 for me because I started a long time before everyone else. Congratulations to everybody that's been on our show, all the singers, all the performers, all the special guests, all the amazing crew that we've had over the years. I think we've only got a couple of the original crew left. I don't know why, but they're still here, including myself, and we do thank them because without the fabulous crew, we wouldn't be able to do this. Thank you to Foxtel for trusting us as a program on their network, and thank you to the Education Department and SIDE for letting us have the studio every week. Big show today, number 700. Let me tell you who's on the show. Questionable with Simone Springer. Talking entertainment with Alexander Sacosta. No pup cliffs behind. That's about little dogs that have got problems with their mouths. We're going to talk to Alex Kearns about that. You can adopt them. Later on, we're going to talk about a study that's been done at Curtin University, which is all about getting rid of migraines. We'll talk to the professor about that one. And we're also going to talk to Paula and Clay Patora, get it right. Avida is their real stage name. They've got a new show and they're going to perform for us as well. Big show today. We're going to introduce Chrislyn as well. She's an amazing singer that's come back to Perth. So stay with us. Episode 700 starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. It's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can see it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. You can see it from your house. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch. Oh, oh, oh.
Hello Australia, it is our pleasure to have you watch us today, episode 700. Don't forget it's on socials as well, Facebook and YouTube. It's always there early, a week early. All right, so if today is Monday, check us out, episode 700. Let me introduce our first guest. We've got Questionable today with the one and only, the host extraordinaire, Simone Springer. Welcome back. And Pony and Alexander as well.
Yes, and Pony and Alex. Yeah,
Thank you.
No, thank you so much for having me, and happy 700.
Thank you very much. It's nice to have you as part of the 700.
I'm so excited, and you know what's so strange? You don't look a day over $6.99.
Oh,
yeah.
thank you. Me personally. Someone did say happy birthday to me. I said, how rude.
Yeah.
Thinking I'm 700. I'm only $6.99. You're right. And do you know what? Someone said, could they ever remake you, Fred? And I said, no, I don't think anyone would ever remake the couch. It just would never work.
That's right.
But I think you're talking about something like that, aren't we?
Yes.
Oh, yes, some remakes.
You forgot
My
already?
goodness. Yeah, what's our topic again? No, today we're talking about whether or not remakes are a good idea. So we are covering remakes, reunions, prequels, sequels. We want to find out if these guys are hashtag loving it. So what do you think? What are we thinking? Do we love it?
I've got 3 words for everyone who wants something remade. Get over it. It's finished. Move on with our lives. I don't know why we're so obsessed with trying to recreate the past. It's just like, it's over.
But there's some that would be incredible.
Like what? The Incredibles 2?
Give us some examples.
All right, so I was thinking about, because I did Grease 2, flop.
Yes.
Silly.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you even start there? But Grease now. So it's like, Danny, me and the what are they called? The
T-Birds? Pink Ladies?
Me and the Pink Ladies, like we're just going out the back for a fag. Can you hold my oxygen bag? Oh, Sandy, stop wasting all your time, all your money on fags. Like, just give all the money to Scientology, like me and the T-Birds.
Yeah.
And you realise you wouldn't be allowed to use the word FAGS either.
Yeah.
No.
Politically
That's
incorrect.
true. Yes, 100%. But while you are making fun of that, can I just say Cobra Kai is the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It's a TV series based off the Karate Kid movies, and if you haven't seen it, there's something missing from your soul.
Do you
There's
reckon TV works? But like I remember when they remade Young Talentine, right, with
Yes.
Rob Mills, it flopped. It died because it wasn't. People, I Hate Saturday tried to do it when they remade it.
Yes.
It didn't in television. It never works.
No, it doesn't. And we're always saying like, oh, that was surprisingly racist.
The weakest link. Everyone's bagging Magda at the moment,
Yes.
saying she's not as
She's
good
not
as the
mean
Cornelia
enough.
Francis.
Yeah.
So
How
Rove
dare.
McManus has tried to revive.
Rove LA.
it just doesn't work.
No.
So I don't know, but ice cream.
if you like to hate watch something, I'm telling you,
Yep.
Cobra Kai,
Is it
you
good?
will absolutely love it. It's got the original 2 karate, guys in it, but they've grown up and now they've got their kids
like
and they're
Grace.
fighting. It's amazing.
Wow.
Isn't it weird? Like a lot of people, like I when they reinvented the giant sandwich. Remember giant sandwich? It came in the
And
foil.
it was tiny.
A lot of things come in foil these days, but these you can actually eat legally. And basically, you eat the ice cream and it's beautiful. Try it now; it's horrible.
Yeah, that's
it's
the same
sweet.
with Bubble
it's
Bill,
powdery.
though.
Yeah.
He's like
Isn't
an
it?
accountant now or something.
And
when
I
you open it
tried
up.
choo choo bars when I was growing up. Choo choo bars were a licorice stick
Yeah.
that was quite hard. Now you have it; it sticks
Oh.
to the roof of your mouth, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
Why does it all have to change?
It just feels like I'm sick of
generation.
things from the past coming back. They're like, oh, Friends is coming back, or like Roseanne's coming back, or the Ebola virus is coming back. I
Yep.
don't want things from the past.
Or
Well,
Anthony Albanese.
Anthony
to be
Albanese is
fair-
coming back.
To be fair, Roxanne, what's Roxanne?
Roxanne. Dean's coming back.
Roseanne came and went so quickly
But she was
because she was
good.
racist.
Yeah, well,
Turns out we made a
she opened her mouth. I think at the end of the day, if you come back and you do use the spotlight to shine a light on stupid things, and she opened her mouth, that was the problem.
Johnny Farnham keeps coming back.
Yeah.
You can't get enough of him.
No, he's-
Keep
Love
coming
him.
back,
Who
Johnny.
Did I ever tell you the story? My mum loved John Farnham,
Right.
and she went to one of his concerts once. This is years and years later. It was probably like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And he actually bent down from the stage to shake her hand, and she said all the light was coming behind him. She was so excited. She went to shake his hand, and as he leant forward,
Oh, no.
his whole face just came forward with.
Oh,
Because he's not, a spring chicken anymore. And she shook his hand and went, oh. She said he was so old and sweaty. I'm like, Mum, you're also old and sweaty.
That's
that's
right.
why we don't want him to come back, because it's that awful reminder. It's like Tony Bennett, like I left my heart and lung machine in San Francisco. It's just like, we don't want to be reminded that we're old too. We'd rather
Right.
leave them there in the past where they were perfect still and young and vibrant.
I
and
agree. I
everything,
think
yeah.
sometimes you're better off leaving the past.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
maybe.
Back to the Rafters. It's like, we don't need to see that again. They should rename it Trapped by the Rafters and
how
tying
many-
up the country, forcing us to
How
watch
many
them.
times have you watched? I mean, I know you're going to talk about Friends very soon. I got to watch half of it this morning. And I have to say, when people come back, if they were... Will and Grace worked really well because all the guys...
More like, will you age gracefully?
Correct. But isn't it the point where they come back and they're a little bit overweight, they're a little bit older, the wrinkles
More
there?
tweaked.
Nothing wrong with all of that. But trying to bring back the past characters,
Right, and, okay.
I just don't think it works anymore. I think people have moved on.
Yeah, we like the idea of it.
Yeah.
In theory, it works. Just like
that's it.
communism.
You could do Forrest Gump, Run, Jenny, Run. Run, Jenny, run.
Is that like
Yes.
an activewear
Just
collection?
to keep going.
Yeah,
Lorna
please.
Jane might pick it up.
Forrest Gump.
What about, did you guys actually watch the Friends?
I did watch the Friends reunion.
You
yeah,
did?
I did.
Look, to be honest, I just saw the ads and went, yeah, that's not going to be sad and depressing at all.
It was very sad and it was
Was it?
depressing.
Was it?
Yeah.
There was one of the characters. Was it Matt something? I think. Look, I never watched
Chandler.
Friends. Who was the guy that
Matt-
had all the problems in life?
Yes.
And he
Yes.
said nobody
Matthew
contacted.
Perry- no.
Yeah,
Matthew Perry,
that's
yeah.
the one. He said nobody
I know
contacted
some
him.
friends they turned out to be.
Yeah, and apparently he had a lot of problems with alcohol and that allegedly.
Yeah.
So I wonder,
Well, they probably did contact him and he forgets.
that's it. And do
He
you
did
reckon
say
they
he
would have been
doesn't
paid a lot of money to come back? Because most of them
we're
are
talking
successful.
3.2 million
Yeah,
each because
correct.
they organised themselves together all the time. That's how they made so much money in that last season.
I think
Man,
the
I'll be
fans would
Monica
have
for
loved
that
it.
money.
Yeah.
Could you imagine them ever actually coming back as Friends too? Or Friends still? Or still Friends?
Yes.
I
Still
love
friends.
it. I still know what you did last summer.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think it would work with Friends. I think they've all aged gracefully. And some
Yes.
of them look older than the others now.
Some of them have done amazing things, though. So, like...
Yeah. Hold on.
hang on.
wait,
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah,
She
hold on.
married
She
Brad
did-
Pitt.
Aniston,
Yeah,
yes. She did Brad Pitt.
Yes,
So,
but do you
know,
think
she's
if she
done-
hadn't married Brad Pitt, would she have been such a big star? And I'm not being sexist here. I'm saying, do you think Brad Pitt launched her, then she broke up, and that launched her as well? And now she's one of my favourite actresses.
Yeah, she's-
Yes. Did you see Brad Pitt on Friends, though?
Yes, yes.
Was that not the worst thing you've ever seen in your entire life?
Do you know the remake? I
I've
do
seen
want.
Cobra Kai.
Yep.
I want to see, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yes.
With
Oh,
Brad
yes.
and Angelina.
Will Smith.
Now that they're divorced, like you do, like a a Fight Club sequel.
A return.
And so you just watch them just going for it. Like,
So it's like a legal battle where they're like dividing the assets.
yes.
Otherwise known as their children.
I would go and watch that.
I tell you, sometimes I think returns and you know when you've got Stallone coming back in all those same movies over and over again. I just think you watch it because you love the actor, then you see them on that and you go, the same with
young.
I'll be back. You know, Schwarzenegger. He's great as an actor, but when he's 75 and he comes back as an action hero, people go, yeah, right.
I think it's almost worse though when they take people that are still obscure. So they're like, oh, where are they now? We're like, where were they then?
I know. But there are some like Die Hard. Come on, we could do with some more of them.
Yeah.
Let's do it. In time for every Christmas. One for every Christmas.
Yes.
Let's get
Can I
that
tell
up.
you one that does work? Wentworth, a remake of Prisoner, the old TV show. That's sold to 130 countries. Foxtel's made a killing out of it.
Wow.
And it works because they didn't bring the old actors back.
Right.
They re-imaged it with the same names,
Right.
but they gave them new jobs,
Right.
basically. And that's working.
And that is. So, guys, what do you think? Are they a good idea or not? What do we time to vote? Fred, what do you think?
I think no for television, yes for food, but make sure it tastes better. I don't think television ever works long term if they bring things back.
Alex, what do you think?
Get over it.
Yeah.
I think yes, just for the comedy value of watching a bad remake.
Yes, and from me, watch Cobra Kai. Thank you so much. Yes.
Sponsored by Stan. Thank you very much to the guys from Questionable. Alexander's going to stick around. I think all of them are going to stick around while Alexander does entertainment. But we've got an amazing young lady on the set over to the right of me. Her name is Chrislyn Hamilton. Thank you for coming back to Perth. Tell us a little bit about yourself for those people who don't know you.
Okay, well, thanks for having me. First of all, I am Chrislyn. Obviously. I'm 30 and I just moved to Perth from Queensland. So we're starting a new life here and yeah, it's really good to be here and just kind of break the ice coming on your show. So thank you.
Lucky you didn't come from Melbourne, Chrislyn, otherwise you've been quarantined now for 2 weeks. But you were on Australia's Got Talent. You were number 5 in Australian Idol Top 5. You were in The Voice. Tell us how that was. Did you enjoy it?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned it because I always forget. Well, I went on Idol when I was 17 years old. And that was an experience. And I came 5th, which is huge, especially for someone my age. And also just being in the midst of a time where being someone who is my size is not normal. It was a very taboo subject back then. So it was hard, to say the least, especially someone my age. But I noticed that as time went on and I did Australia's Got Talent and I did The Voice most recently, those things were not mentioned anymore. So I think that me just continuing what I'm doing and also other artists that have paved the way for me have really made a difference in the industry now. So yeah, I'm really happy with my experiences and I've learnt a lot and yeah.
Well done, Chrislyn. You're such an amazing young lady, can I just say. Single mum. You talk about empowering women. You talk about body size. Tell us a little bit about that part of your life.
Yeah, so yes, I think that being in the position that I was in on Idol, it kind of forced me to come out of my shell and become a speaker for women who are experiencing the same thing as myself. I'm not only a bigger woman, I'm also a woman in music and I'm a mother in music, a single one at that. So everything like in terms of odds is not on my side, but I still continue to do what I'm doing and think of myself as a role model. Mainly, I think about my son and like him growing up watching me sort of do my thing. And yeah, I just want to be a good role model for him. So if that helps everyone else, that's a bonus too.
Thank you very much. I think so many people look up to you, Chrislyn, so keep up the great job. Now, you've got a brand new hit called It's Over. You're back in Perth, living in Hillary's. Tell us about the new song.
Yeah, so It's Over is a song about taking back control, not only in my love life, but in just life in general. Like no one can have holds on me anymore. I'm just doing what I want to do. I'm happy. And yeah, it's about having that self-worth and learning that we are all something meaningful, not necessarily to someone, but even to ourselves, you know, and we have to just be the best version of ourselves we can be. And have that self-worth there and love ourselves.
Fantastic. What advice would you have, Crystalline, for young women and women in general looking to get into careers, jobs, music?
I think the advice that I would have for all women, young women, growing women, is that it doesn't matter what you want to do. It doesn't matter who you want to be, as long as you own it and you just live your life as authentically as yourself, and everything will turn out okay in the end, and things will be crazy and you'll have a lot of trials and things that you'll have to get through. But at the end of the day, as long as you're being yourself, it's the most important thing.
Fantastic. We're looking forward to getting your new song on social or online. Tell us your website as well, and where we can buy your music as well.
You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Crystalline Hamilton Music, and my music's available on all platforms, so Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, all of the fancy stuff. And yeah, it's available now, so...
Thank you very much. You're wonderful, Crystalline. I know you're very proud of being on the show. You're very nervous as well. I can tell you're so excited as well. You're going to be performing something brand new for us today. We're going to be one of the first people on television to do it. Thank you for being here today. What are you performing?
Thank you so much for having me. This is my new single and it's called It's Over. Shook me to the core. You started a war. I gave my heart for free. Love was blind, I couldn't see. Couldn't love me, you didn't try. Never ever satisfied. What more can I do? It's over for you. It's over. Hey, I'll never let you break me. Oh, this time I'm loving me. Baby, I'm a queen. It's over. And it's over for you. Time to pay your bills, baby, 'cause they're long overdue. Had me wrapped around your finger. Now I'm on to something new. You were a part of me, but now we're through. Goodbye, my sunshine. It's over for you. It's over. I'll never let you break me. Hey, this time I'm loving me. Baby, I'm a queen. It's over. Oh, and it's over for you. Oh, yeah. I drove you away as fast as I could. I took my whole heart with me. You didn't think I would. I've picked up the pieces. Now I've come so far. No more holds on me. Now I know who you are. Oh, I'll never let you break me. Hey, this time I'm loving me. Yeah. Baby, I'm a queen. Oh, and it's over for you. I know who you are. No more holds on me now, baby. I know who you are now, baby. Goodbye, my sunshine, and it's over for you.
What a wonderful performer, motivator, mum, singer, and a lot. Thank you, Crystalline, for being on the show today. Please support her, buy her album, buy her songs. She will be back on the couch, maybe doing some presenting in the future. So we look forward to having her back. Now it's time for us to talk entertainment with the man who smiles a lot. Unquestionable. It is, of course, Alexander Sacosta. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. I'm a happy person. I always smile.
It's always good. They reckon it takes up less muscles to
I thought
smile.
it used more. Oh, no, yes, you're right. Because
Yes.
if you frown, that means you... Yeah, yeah.
And who wants to yourself around all the time, especially when you're talking about Eurovision and the winner.
Did you watch it?
I didn't because I forgot it was
Well,
on.
Eurovision, it's like such a great show. Like, not musically, obviously, but like the spectacle of it all is what makes it so
I
much
love
fun to
the
watch.
set, the stage, the lighting,
all the
the
stuff and how the
clothes.
dances and the choreography and the special effects. Like, they go all out, these European countries,
There's a
and
lot of
Australia
money
for
in it.
some reason. And obviously the Italian team won, which we should be very proud of, being Paesani
Do they
Italians
still sing in
ourselves.
Italian?
Yeah, they sang it in Italian. The song was called Zitti e Buoni, which
Is
means
that
shut up
quiet?
and behave.
Oh, there you go. Zitti e buoni.
The controversy about it, though, was that after they won, that allegedly one of them like snorted cocaine off the table, and I was like, why
wow.
would you ruin a moment?
Was that on TV, Bo?
Yeah, well, it didn't look like it at all. He literally just looked like he bent over.
Oh, someone set that up as an alleged rumour.
Yeah, and then the thing is, all the news outlets went with it, and then do you know what they actually did? They drug tested him
Yeah.
to prove that
That
he
is
wasn't.
sad,
on
and obviously he wasn't.
cocaine. Yeah, and that's why I think it's offensive, because like being Italian, it's like to assume that we just do cocaine.
Isn't that terrible?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations to the Italian team winning Eurovision 2021. Look forward to the big one next year. Did Australia do well?
No.
Oh,
And do you know who else didn't do well? England.
Well, that's okay. We'll
Zero
follow.
votes from the jury and from the public.
We're
The
in
second
good
time it's happened, Fred.
Good company, eh?
They Brexited and people
Why do
just-
you reckon Australia and England don't do? Well, Australia particularly.
Well, Australia, because we're not, part of Europe, so that's always a bit of a like, they're like, what? Austria? No, Australia. They're like, why are we even here?
Well, talking about why are people here, Lindsay Lohan. Why are we talking about her
Brutal.
again?
She has gone back into films, so it's been quite a... I know.
What
We had it here
films
first.
would have her?
She's going to do like one of those like Netflix Hallmark-esque kind of films.
Ah, okay, the only job she can get, I guess. Everyone's working for streaming TV now. Or, Stan,
It makes sense.
Netflix. It's a lot of money.
It makes sense. The viewership is there. The money's there. They're so big budget now that they actually invest like billions. We're talking about in creating original content because they need a point of difference from the commercial networks, and it's working. And someone like her is a perfect person to bring back onto those kind of movies because they'll sign a contract deal. 10 movies with Lindsay Lohan over 5 years.
A few $1 million.
Just churn them out.
And I guess we've got to be fair enough to say good luck to her. She's done her time. She's
fair enough.
had a lot of bad stuff happen to her, bad publicity. She's been in and out of trouble. So good luck to you, Lindsay. I hope you do really, really well.
She lost her twin from the Parent Trap. Where is
That's
that
it.
woman?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, something I do know about,
Yes.
the Veronicas on The Apprentice.
Have you been watching?
I've been watching
I've
it.
been watching it as
They are tough women.
I like
and I didn't even know the Veronicas were Italian.
Yeah, autograph.
Another Italian.
Yeah. No, really good show. I like it because
I
it
love
shows how like these people are so specialized in one field and they literally can't do anything else. And that's why it all falls apart when they're told to do any other kind of task. But what I like about the Veronicas though is they're speaking up about the show, about Lord Alan Sugar as well, about how he's rude and didn't learn any of their names, which is fair because like I didn't know half the names of these celebrities when they got on there.
And I think it's part of the show, the gimmick. He's supposed to be arrogant and
Yeah.
not really in
I
touch
think
with
Donald
their
Trump was
personality.
a better host. Though,
There's
of
some
the
vision
Celebrity
on
Apprentice.
screen right
Yeah,
now of the two ladies.
This is where they had that fight, and they said they're like, "Why would you take this clip and use it when it's clearly just like something you could have easily cut?" And it's because probably there wasn't enough drama that they have to use whatever they've got. Which
And
is
they
even
all do it.
outtakes.
Look at all MasterChef and My Kitchen Rules.
But it's
It's
sad.
always, it is sad,
Because
but
you're
that's
like,
television.
are we only attracted to the drama? Would we not watch the Celebrity Apprentice if they all just got along and actually did a good job?
Do you know what's strange about the show? There's a lot of egos on it this time around,
Yeah.
and a lot of social media people.
Yeah, those two people. Yeah,
And there's the influencer that's there,
yes.
and they've had a few arguments,
Yes,
and
yeah.
the model guy. It's almost like it's all about look at me, look at me.
yeah, so it's like
And
an ego. trip.
but it is a great show.
Yeah, I am
So-
actually enjoying watching it. So it's nice.
Watch it Sunday nights. It's going to be great as well.
right.
Now, what's happening with Baghdad?
So-
Now, she's come back with the weakest
I
link.
watched it. It
But
was
is
on
she
super
the
late at
weakest
night.
link?
The vibe, like I like the show because it's funny to see how like bad our education system is in Australia that we don't seem to know how to answer any questions at all. But
I didn't like it to start with, and then I got it. She said we had to change it, and she said I had to try some of my characters from Fast
yes,
Forward.
but then they should have lent into that from the start. Why
Correct.
start off with this weird like she's going to be the mean one?
Yep.
No, she's not. She's never going to be that.
Because they record these. This is a pilot.
Oh, yeah.
They would have recorded, as you know, with television.
Yeah,
and stuff.
straight over.
And I reckon they must have recorded 3 or 4 versions.
Oh, yeah.
And then they've gone, okay, we'll go with this one.
Yeah.
And then they had a lot of people say we didn't like her.
No.
They liked the previous one, and it's a shame.
Well, I think especially when you're taking a format like that, you either reinvent it completely or you try to do it the same as it was before. And it's just talking about reinventions before. Is it going to have the longevity? Are we going to be watching The Weakest Link in 5 years with Magda Zubanski?
Yep. Yep.
Probably not.
Let's give her a go. Let's hope it gets better and better.
I think if they
I
let
didn't
her-
look at the ratings, so I can't tell you what it rated.
It was on super late at night. I was surprised at how late
I think
at night
about
it was
9
on.
o'clock at
Yeah.
night. So who knows? It might even move to midnight if it doesn't do well.
Ah, yes.
But
The hit
something that
time
will
slot.
never move to midnight is Friends. The repeats have been on more than the TV show ever did, and they had a reunion on Foxtel.
They did, and it was on the binge service, so you could watch it from HBO. Kind of did the whole thing. It was delayed originally because of the coronavirus pandemic, but this
was
is the
great
first
to see
time
them back, wasn't
They've
it?
only been together like this once before in 17 years.
But they reckon they're all best friends
Well, that's why it
and
seems
their
ridiculous.
family.
I'd be like, oh yeah, but sometimes the three of us, it's like, how?
But
close
they've
of
never
friends
worked
are
on
you?
anything else. That's what I can't understand.
No, and probably because when they're together, even just two of them, you automatically see them as their characters.
I'm always happy to see, because I didn't watch Friends, I'll be honest with you.
Really?
Growing up, I never watched Friends 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't even watch the repeats. It wasn't my type of show.
You don't like New Yorkers, 20-somethings?
No, I'm not American. I'm not into American stuff, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I know that it's very popular and people love it.
Oh, even now.
Do you reckon they could come back as they look?
No. I
Because
think
I'm not talking about looks as in beautiful. Ugly.
No, but I
I'm
think
talking about they look older.
the creators spoke about this because they said that
Yep.
to bring them back would mean to unravel how it ended to create conflict again. Because it wouldn't be interesting to just watch them all being happy, like we're just talking about drama. But in this case, to bring them back, they'd have to unravel all those nice happy endings they all had at the end of it.
You
Ross
can
and
catch
Rachel
it
getting
by
together.
demand, by the way. Friends is on the Foxtel platform or binge
Binge, yeah.
as we said. Busy week in entertainment.
Always,
Alexander,
Fred,
anything happening on home WA with you?
Oh, just presenting all those cool WA businesses.
Yep, well done.
Supporting them.
Thank you for coming in today. Thanks
Always
for
a
being part of
pleasure.
Questionable and also the entertainment segment. Alexander Sacosta, who will be back in a couple of weeks' time. We're going to take a very quick break. After the break, we've got more of The Couch 700th episode. Stay with us. Look forward to your company. Welcome back to The Couch, 700th episode of The Couch. Great achievement. And those achievements are thanks to our next guest, one of our regulars in the past, Alex Kearns. She's doing photography these days. She's an amazing lady. She's got a great charity that's coming today. It's called No Pups Cleft Behind. Over to you, Alex.
Thank you so much, Fred, and congratulations on your 700th episode. What an amazing milestone. I'm joined here today by two amazing humans and special friends, Lisa and Jess from No Pup Cleft Behind, some special puppies, and my own adopted puppy, Marshmallow, who came from No Pup Cleft Behind. Hi guys, how are you?
Good.
Hey Lisa, can you tell me what made you found No Pup Cleft Behind? You're one of the co-founders. What was that, the catalyst that made you start the organisation?
So 2 years ago, my French Bulldog, who I bought on a breeding contract, had puppies. So I went to the cesarean and was sitting in the waiting room, and we've got an escaper.
Oh, there's an escaper. One of the puppies is escaping. 10 days old escapee. Oh, how adorable.
So I was sitting in the waiting room, and the vet came out and brought out this tiny little boy, and she was like, "You've got a cleft," and I didn't know what she was talking about. I didn't realise it happened in puppies. She said, "You've got two options, so you can euthanasia or you can hand raise it." So personally, euthanasia was not an option, so I offered to hand raise it. So I got taught how to tube feed, and I brought him home, and he was really the start of NPCB.
Wow, start of your journey. And what's the difference between a puppy with a cleft palate and a puppy with a cleft lip?
So your cleft lip is, you can see it, it's much more
Like on
obvious.
this little baby?
Cairo's got a cleft lip. So the cleft palate is inside and on the roof of the mouth. So if you look at it, you can't see it, but most breeders will check the roof of the mouth. It's more common than what people think. So they can't feed naturally. If they feed off the mum, then they are at risk of aspiration, because anything that goes in their mouth can effectively go into their lungs and they can either aspirate or drown. So we will tube feed them from birth.
Right, and I imagine that's a pretty stringent thing that you have to do. How often do you have to tube feed a new puppy?
So we do 2 hourly. So for the first 3 to 4 weeks, we tube feed, 2 hourly, 24/7.
Wow.
We're also their mum in every sense of the word. So we toilet them, we burp them, because we can't, like, for us, a vomit is a bad thing. If they vomit, then we risk aspiration pneumonia. So we've had pups we spend 15 minutes burping after every 2 hour feed. So it doesn't leave a very big window for sleep,
Yeah.
chores.
How do you cope with
life.
sleep? Coffee? Lots of coffee?
Love coffee.
Coffee is life, yeah, that's for sure. And how many puppies have you had through the organisation so far?
So we've had over 60. Out of that, we do lose some. It's what we do. Like, we just, yeah. We've had 35 successful adoptions
Yep.
with Marsha,
Yep.
and we have 18 in care at the moment. Like, never did we imagine, like 18.
Wow, and I believe there's 3 of you that do the tube feeding. Jess does it as well, and Jess is on your committee.
Yes, so I have Jess who helps with the tube feeding, and Cully, who is the co-founder who we set the rescue up. We share the tube feeding. When we say share, when you've got 2, it's easy to share, but when you've got, I think we're tube feeding 6, so
Each.
you can't just, well, can you take all 6? I
Yeah.
need a night.
Yeah.
Like, so there's not much sharing. We've
Yeah.
all got some at the moment.
Pretty maxed out. And how can people help the charity? Like, you obviously fund it all yourself, and all your own money goes into it. How can people at home help with what you do?
So it costs us anywhere from $3,000 to save a puppy's life. So it could be more if they need more surgeries. So financially, donations, we make up the shortfall from our supporters. So,
Rely on the public's generosity to help you
Yeah,
out.
we do, and
Yeah.
we're all volunteers. Not one of us have a paid position,
Yeah.
so we do rely a lot on the public to help make up the shortfall. When we had a couple in care, it wasn't really an issue, but when we've got 18 pups that are some need 2 surgeries, some we can get away with 1, but we vaccinate them, we microchip them, we tube feed them, we have formula, we go through baby wipes. So there's lots and lots of ways we can get support.
Sure, and I think you have a wish list on your website too of some of those items that people can jump on and purchase. What is the website address?
Sure, it's www.nopupcliffbehind.com.
And I imagine too you guys all have your own lives and families and jobs as well, so you fit everything in around that.
When they're on a 2 hourly feeding schedule,
Yeah.
if we have to go somewhere, like, they come with us.
Yeah.
So we're just used to it now. So if you see us in a shop with a funny looking handbag, 9 times out of 10 there's a puppy in there.
Yeah, and maybe looking a little bit tired.
Or at the Must Bus drive-through.
Getting all the coffee. That's fantastic. You guys do an absolutely amazing job, and my involvement with the rescue is the honour of being your official photography partner. So every few weeks I get to photograph these babies. And just quickly, I'm aware too that they can have surgery. So they have surgery at a certain point to fix their clefts and palates as well, and then they're adopted out.
Yes, so we around 10 weeks old, so Cairo's just about big enough for surgery. So within the next week or 2, he will go in and have his surgery, and then 2 to 4 weeks after surgery, if it's successful, he'll be put up for adoption.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much for bringing these babies in. You guys, Shirley, you're 2 of my dearest friends and you do such wonderful work. You've given me this most gorgeous gift in Marshmallow, who was born with a cleft palate. She had surgery at 6 months old because she was so small, and she's doing really well now. She's got a little spinal deformity and you can see everything about her is a bit wonky. She's living her best life thanks to these guys, so I can't thank you enough for the gifts you've given me and your friendship and just the work you do for puppies in need. So thank you so much. No Pup Cleft Behind, and if you want to check out some of the puppy photos, please go to their social media pages or www.houndstoothstudio.com.au. Thanks, Fred.
Thank you, Alex. Always nice to have Alex back in the studio. And please do support them. Do we have the website for Alex at all in the control room that we can put up for Alex? I think we've got Houndstooth. There it is there on the screen. Please support them and also follow Alex as well. She does a wonderful job and she takes pictures of your pets for you as well and does a great job there too. Time to give away some pizza thanks to Bites Pizza. Now, if you would like to win one of these $25 vouchers, we'd love you to enter right now. Bites is in Arundel Road in Balcatta, and we'd love you to win a $25 voucher. All you have to do to win this fabulous pizza is put the code word BITES, B-Y-T-E-S, on an SMS, and then put your name and address on that SMS. Send it to 0439 929 929. That's 0439 929 929. That's the usual SMS number. And of course, you have to live north of the river here in Perth, because otherwise it's too far away for you to get it, unless you drive up to the store and pick it up yourself. Thanks to Bites for sponsoring us. This is our 700th episode of The Couch. Back after the break with another fantastic guest. Stay tuned. Welcome back to The Couch, 700th episode, and we've got an amazing amount of guests on this show today. And now we've got another fabulous guest. Have you ever had migraines? Have you ever had headaches? You can't do everything you have to do. It stops you from working, stops you enjoying life. Well, today we might have a cure coming very, very soon. We're talking to Professor John, and with him is our very own migraine, Nisha.
I don't think there's ever probably... I've lost my words.
That's okay, you're welcome. Nisha, over to you. We're not doing it again, we're keeping it.
I'm trying to think of a positive migraine, but that's okay. I don't think there's a positive
migraines
migraine.
can be very good because it tests us.
Nisha, we
true.
can't fix this pain for you.
There you go. No tablet's going to take it away.
So glad
Sorry.
Go well.
so glad to have Professor John Mamo on The Couch, and I've pronounced your name in a very Italian way.
You did, and I'm very appreciative of that because we normally do it phonetically for the Australians. But so privileged to be here on this epic 700th episode. Congratulations, guys. Fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, we're talking about, I guess, prevention or, I guess, early detection and assistance with migraine sufferers at the moment.
Yes, that's right. Look, we're really hopeful in putting forward this really new prevention trial. So in Australia, we have probably about 5 to 6 million Australians who are frequently experiencing migraines. As you know, they're really debilitating, much more prevalent in women, and there's reasons for that because of hormonal cycles and in postmenopausal women, but still a number of men get them as well. And what we're proposing here is we've got some really good observations in a small number of subjects where the intervention which we want to explore in a larger cohort of subjects is having some really promising results. So it's a intervention which will require participants to take some nutraceuticals. These are nutrition supplements which have been concentrated, and we think the combination of the two will reduce the frequency and the severity of the migraine. So it's not a quick pill. You know, if you have a migraine, you can't take it. It's not going to clear it. But if we can shift the burden of disease on people, would be a really, really great thing to do.
Wonderful. And I think probably a lot of the audience sitting there and listening to you speak can tell you're very well educated yourself, and I didn't introduce you appropriately because I was in a bit of shock earlier, but you are director over at Curtin, the Health Innovation Research Institute.
That's
You've
right.
got around 300 researchers there, don't you? So
yes, all up.
It's
Yeah.
quite a big operation.
Yeah, we're very lucky. 300 researchers, and they're all focused on chronic diseases. So these are disorders which are occurring over the period of one's lifetime, and includes, you know, cancers and the cardiovascular and metabolic disorders like diabetes. A lot of neurological studies are being done in Alzheimer's and also in multiple sclerosis on the horizon. And the migraine trial is one of the ones that have just very recently been launched. So we're really in a great position to be with a great organisation like Curtin, which really supports us. So fantastic.
So there's obviously inclusion criteria to get through. So what is the process if you're interested in becoming a part of this pilot?
Well, at the end of the clip, we'll give an email address, and you can feel free to get in touch with us. That's probably the best way forward. We'll ask anyone who makes an inquiry with us to be patient. In 1 week, we've screened about 500 participants, and we've only been able to include about 80 of those because of our inclusion criteria. But we do give an assurity that anyone who expresses an interest in what we're proposing will keep them on file, and it'll take us about 9 to 12 months to get the trial done. And if the evidence is there that we've got some efficacy, some positive benefits to it, we will let all those people who expressed an interest but weren't able to participate, we'll let them know about the outcome, and they can take that information to their healthcare provider and see if that would work for them and be an effective strategy for them.
So the hope moving forward, if I'm not, please correct me if I'm wrong, but is to assist in not complete prevention of migraine, but in prevention of intensity or number of migraines?
Yes. In the few people that we've done to date, it really has been a really substantial reduction. I'm talking about 80 to 90% reduction in migraine frequency and severity. People sort of have a bit of a threshold. They know what triggers are, and the people that we've studied are saying that they can sense that trigger point is far less. They're not experiencing so much. It's a really important consideration because the medications which can be effective for migraine when you have it, they can be costly and they're not without side effects, and in some individuals there are issues around dependency. So anything we can do to try and reduce the frequency of these occurring is going to be a really good outcome for a lot of reasons. You have to really feel for people who might be getting 2, 3, 4 migraines per month, and they're basically laid down for 3 or 4 days. I mean, I just can't understand how one can lead a normal life in that
significant
situation.
impairment, isn't
Absolutely.
it? That's
really
huge.
debilitating. Yeah.
Well, your measured approach is indicative of the quality and the care that you're providing everyone that comes into the pilot. I think that would give everyone confidence. You're linked in. Obviously, you're a physiologist yourself. You're trained. You're looking after the whole team. But then Curtin is the institution backing it as well. So
that's right.
It's a good sign.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
We're pretty confident with the study design. So see how we go.
Wonderful. So, John, where do people go? How do they make contact
The
with
easiest
you?
way is to go to the email address, which is Chiri, CHIRI, at Curtin, CURTIN.edu.au.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining
Thanks
us, John.
very much for having us. Appreciate it.
Very exciting times to have this on the table.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get some great data we can report later.
Wonderful. Okay, now I can see Fred looking at me. I'm not sure if he's going to say something else. But before he calls me a migraine again.
I was just about to say, Professor John, and I know you said call me John. Nisha, he's not Italian actually, he's Maltese, but he does look like me, so I can see why. But
your nose is better than mine.
and smaller by the looks of it. Everything else is bigger. But can I just say to you, Professor John, what's the difference between a headache and a migraine? Just if you can tell us quickly.
Yeah, look, for most people, it's part of the same continuum of headaches. Clinically they will define them a little bit differently, but people get tension headaches. This is probably a bit more common, the tension into the head and into the shoulders. That is sort of a little bit less than that continuum of what leads you to a migraine. So this intervention will probably be very helpful for people who have tension-based headaches as well.
Fantastic. Yes. Well, thank you very much. We do have a website for Curtin University. I think if we're able to put that up to that crew, we'll put that up on screen, Curtin as website, and you can, there it is there on screen. Check out that website and you'll also find details there for Professor John and the migraine study. I hope you get a great result from it. And we're going to have you back on the couch, I hope, down the track with other things that are happening.
Absolutely. Look forward to it. We've got lots to talk about.
You've cured Nisha. No longer because I know what she's going to do after the show now. We've got some music. Thank you, Nisha. Thank you to Professor John. Okay. Music now, centre stage is Avida. They've got a brand new show coming up very soon, which we're going to talk to them about after the break. But here they are performing one of the songs from the show. It's called Disco Inferno, centre stage.
Baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. To my surprise, 100 stories high. People getting loose, y'all. We're getting down on the groove, I tell you. The folks were screaming out of control. It was so entertaining. When the boogie started to explode, I heard somebody say, burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Burn that mother down, y'all. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Burn that mother down. Satisfaction came in a chain reaction. I couldn't get enough, so I had to self-destruct. Let me tell you, well, the heat was on, rising to the top. Everybody's going strong. That is when the spark got hot. I heard your mama say, burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Burn that mother down, y'all. Burn, baby, burn. I said Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Burn that mother down. Up above my head, I hear music in the air. And lets me know there's a party somewhere. Satisfaction came in a chain reaction. I couldn't get enough, so I had to self-destruct. Let me tell you, the heat was on, rising to the top. Oh, everybody's going strong. That is when the spark got hot. I heard your mama say, burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Burn that mother down, y'all. Burn, baby, burn. Said Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Burn that mother down. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Burn that mother down, y'all. Burn, baby, burn. I said Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Burn that mother down.
Welcome back to The Couch. Another fabulous guest on our 700th episode of The Couch. Nisha's speaking to Suzanne Warner from the Revelation Film Festival, the 24th one. Congratulations, Susie. Over to you, Nisha.
Many milestones being celebrated on today's show. Welcome back, Susie.
Thank you. 700 episodes. Well done.
700 episodes, and we all still look so young, don't we, Fred? And Susie, all of us are great. You're only 24.
That's right. Yeah. I've been doing this since birth. Yeah.
We're really excited because this year, being the 24th, you've even expanded the program further, I can see.
Yeah, it never ends. We're always doing something new. And so this year we've got over 40 features and feature documentaries to put together, and then a heap of short films and special events and workshops and panels and all that sort of stuff. So there's lots and lots on the go.
And it's coming up very soon, so July 1 through to 11?
That's right. We launched the festival in early June, and so you'll be able to go online to the website, so everything will be live. Tickets will be live. Our special artwork will be live as well, and then you can join us from the 1st of July.
The special artwork, are we allowed to talk about that a bit, or is it going to be a surprise?
No, we can talk about that. It's called augmented reality, which... I'm a bit of a technophobe. I don't know much about this sort of stuff, but I'm learning. So our artwork it essentially looks like a drawing of a satellite, but when you put the code, you look at it through your phone with the QR code, it starts to move.
Yes, beautiful.
It's
and
amazing.
we did have a play with it earlier, and we can see the imagery there.
Yeah, so imagine that's moving. It all goes 360. You can go inside it. You can, it's quite one of the astronauts waves.
Oh, that is so cute. Love that. Yeah. And it's keeping up with the technology. Now, tell us a little bit about the Revelation Festival this year. What's different?
I don't know if it's different. It always just keeps evolving. So there's always something a little bit different, but always still the same. You know, the guts of Revelation is
So
the
I've
same.
heard, tell me if this is not true, but I've heard that there is a gentleman maybe going to be in a bath doing some kind of realistic show.
Yes, the fabulous Thomas Ford is going to be joining us. He is doing an immersive experience. So he's in the bath, he's on the screen, he's in the cinema with you. What else could you want? I think there's a few lettuce leaves thrown in there as well.
Oh
but
my goodness, that sounds
I'll leave the
phenomenal.
rest to your imagination.
And we've got Perth. Obviously, we like to honour Western Australia too. So tell us about the day that honours Perth.
We have Westralia Day at the Backlot, which is a really important day to us, where we show basically all the short films that have been put together that have come from WA, and then we also put together, there's a feature there called Cry of the Forest, which is another WA made film, and that's our special Westralia Day. But we also have those films are scattered throughout the festival as well, so you don't just have to have that day. They're shown for all their glory in the rest of the program.
That's brilliant, and a lot of our own homegrown talent that's gone to work overseas. We've honouring some of their films.
Yeah, one of our films that we picked up from the US is called Rehab Cabin, and Louis Legg is the co-director on that, and he's a Perth boy. And we didn't know that at the time. It's like, wow, this is great. So hopefully Louis' family will come along, because unfortunately with travel, etc., Louis won't be able to join us, but he'll be here in spirit, and so will his family.
That's beautiful. And I know that in the program there's many opportunities to mix up your experience. So just from your experience over the many years, if our audience members are sitting out there thinking, how do I make a night of it? What might that look like for them?
There's
suggest?
so many. It's very hard to recommend films because they're so subjective, but there are some really great ones, like The Killing of Two Lovers is being really feted around the world. People are really loving this. And we've got the Australian premiere of this film, special film. We've also got The Last Horns of Africa, which is a Perth co-pro, if you like, with South Africa. So the filmmakers are here, and we can actually meet them and talk to them about a documentary about where they're actually helping save rhinos that are being poached in South Africa. But then there's the lighter notes like Thomas Ford, and then there's a film about spiders, but it's not actually about spiders. It's just a phrase which I dare not repeat on TV.
Yeah, I read that one. I repeated that.
And yeah, that's made up with found footage. Basically, they've secreted security cameras into a house. That's right. Yes. So yeah, there's a phrase of "we're not here" with spiders, and there's a whole film made of that, and it's quite fantastic.
And of course, the City of Vincent. So they've funded or assisted in some space, haven't they, with some films?
Yeah. So they're a great supporter of ours, and they've helped us commission 4 films for this year, and these will talk about something in the City of Vincent, but not your most traditional things. One's about the letterboxes of the City of Vincent. One's about a man who does regular swimming training at Betty Park, and one's about RTRFM, which is located within the boundaries.
Lovely. So really honouring the legacy of the city.
Absolutely. So these things in time become historical assets of the city, that they also go out around the world to festivals around the world where people get to see them and learn about where we are.
Well, beautiful, Susie. There's local, national, international. There's everything in this film festival. So if you don't mind letting us know, where do we find out more or get tickets, etc.?
Okay, go to the revelationfilmfest.org website. You'll see everything on there. We're polishing that up, and that should be a brand new, beautiful site. And you can then be linked to the Luna Palace website to buy tickets.
Wonderful. Susie, always a pleasure to have you on the show, and we'll look forward to having you on really soon again.
Thank you.
Okay, now if you've missed any of that, of course, you can go to thecouch.com.au or our Facebook page as well. But for now, it's back to you, Fred.
Thank you very much, Nisha. Time to give away another fantastic Bites Pizza, thanks to Bites Pizza in Erindale Road. Here are the details. If you would like to win an amazing slab of pizza, makes me hungry looking at that screen. They are fantastic. They're located in Erindale Road in Balcatta. We'd love you to get the $25 voucher. Anyone can enter. The only problem is if you want delivery, you've got to live north of the river. But if you live south, you can take your voucher to the shop and pick up your own pizza. All you have to do is send an SMS to 0439 929 929 with the code word. The code word needs to be BITES, BYTES, and of course it is Bites Pizza. So just Bites, your name and address, send it to that SMS, and you could win a $25 voucher. Thanks to Bites for supporting us. We really do value their support. Local businesses, and we like to support them as well. So we want you to support them at home. Okay. Time for another special guest on the couch. 700th episode. We're talking Tourette's support group. Nisha's got a couple of wonderful guests. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Fred. Welcome to the show, Lydia and Karen.
Thank you. Thanks for having
Very
us.
well, absolute pleasure. So, Lydia, today you're from the Tourette Syndrome Association of Australia, and Karen, you've come as well to talk with us about the syndrome. And really looking forward to understanding, more about it, because awareness is critical, isn't it, for anything and everything?
That's right. So one of the aims of our association is to build as much awareness, understanding and acceptance of people with Tourette syndrome right here in WA through our support group and the awareness that we do, but also right across Australia.
Wonderful. And as the team leader in the space, tell me a bit about your role and what it looks like.
So I guess I coordinate some of the catch-ups that we have with families, and I try and organise some coffee mornings for the mums, so that they can gain support and understanding from other parents going through the same thing. And also back in 2019, I was able to bring the first Tourette's camp to Perth. Again, it's one of the big points of our Tourette's Association. But before we came to Perth, the camps were based in New South Wales and Victoria. So it made a big difference to the families here in Perth to be able to have a camp here. Obviously, we got cancelled last year because of COVID, but hopefully our camp will go ahead this year again in October. So, yeah.
So, Lydia, for those of our audience that may not know what Tourette syndrome is, and I think from an awareness, it's always good to have a good definition. What is it? Can you just talk us through what's involved?
Sure. So, Tourette syndrome is a neurological condition, and it's defined by having both motor and vocal tics, which are involuntary movements or noises, words, sentences, that type of thing. And it lasts a lifetime, and that's one of the reasons we're also here today, is because it's very much associated with children, but we want to make people aware that there are many adults who do have Tourette syndrome.
Sure, and so Karen's come today, and I think it's always wonderful and courageous and very good to be vulnerable and open as well, so thank you.
No, you're welcome.
Can you tell us about your experience with Tourette syndrome?
Yeah, so basically I always knew from the age of 7 that, there were things that weren't quite the same, so I was a little bit different, that kind of thing, and I could never stop moving my legs, sniffing, things like that. So the tics, I don't have the swearing kind or anything like that. It's just literally all things that people associate with being nervous. And it wasn't until the age of 36 that I actually got diagnosed.
Okay, so to Lydia's point as well, so have children, adult, and sometimes diagnosis takes place later in life as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Has it assisted you being diagnosed to be able to, I guess, reach out and get support from groups such as the association?
100%, yeah. Like, just finding the Facebook group about like Tourette's and everything, especially WA. I actually got to meet other people that actually have Tourette's as adults, and it was just, it was actually a relief and such a burden lifted from my shoulders.
It's like a sense of belonging that you have in that sense to that group.
Yeah, and that it was, I wasn't broken, I was just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neurodiverse.
Exactly, yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So, Lydia, in terms of some of the statistics to put into perspective for our audience, Tourette's does affect a significant part of, I guess, our population here, but importantly in the workplace. This is where, being an org psych, I think it's important we all go to work.
Yep.
How important is diversity and inclusion, given what we're talking about?
It is extremely important. So a recent survey done by the association revealed that 76% of Australians believed and agree that workplaces in Australia need to be more inclusive when it comes to hiring people with disability and with diversity. And yet, only half of them admit that they would be okay with working alongside somebody with Tourette syndrome. Now, the other thing is that only 10% of people with Tourette syndrome have coprolalia, which is a swearing tic. So the coprolalia is that involves, use of profanity. So even if you are working alongside somebody with Tourette syndrome, you may not even know that they have Tourette's. My son is 12. He's just started high school, which is, different to the workplace, but he goes to school. He doesn't tic much at school because he's trying to fit in. And so he is just suppressing a lot of it at the time. He lets it out at home and around really close friends. Sometimes he can't help it, obviously, and some of them are just quite subtle that you can work them into your everyday. Like he's got a few shoulder things. I mean, if you look at Billie Eilish, for example, she has Tourette syndrome and she's very good at suppressing them, but also hiding them and just subtly moving her head or flicking her head and her eyes, and that's people with Tourette syndrome become very good at disguising them, as their day continues.
Yeah. Look, both Lydia and Karen, there's so much that we can continue to learn, but I'm sure that all of us, I'm certainly thinking I've learned so much in today's segment. And so education and awareness is really important. If anyone out there wants to make contact with you guys to find out more, particularly about the association and their work, if I could get you, Lydia, to look down our camera there and just let us know where to go.
Yeah, so our website is www.tourette.org.au. My details are on the website as the support group leader here in WA. So yeah, get in touch.
Yeah. Wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Lydia and Karen as well. Really appreciate it, and we'll look forward to having you on in the future, hopefully.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Now, of course, if you've missed any of that at all, you can go to thecouch.com.au or our Facebook page. But for now, it's back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Nisha. Thank you to Lydia and Karen. Karen, I've got a question for you. And be really honest with this one. Do you ever meet someone that you don't really like and you throw on a swearing? Because I reckon I would. And you get away with it, don't you?
That would be giving away secrets, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You're not in the mood to do it now, I'm hoping. Thank you to both of you. It's a very serious condition. Can I ask you just one more question, a serious one this time? How would you like the public to treat you, or what do we need to learn when we're around you? What do we need to be able to do that we're not doing right now?
That we don't actually, a lot of us don't actually swear, that kind of thing. It's the media portrayal has really, damaged
That's all we ever think,
Tourette's.
don't we?
Yeah.
I'm so glad you didn't swear today. But so you want people just to respect you and to treat you with equality.
Because, my brain, I just see things differently. I don't, and my hands do things.
You're not broken. You're just
exactly. I'm just different.
I think you're wonderful.
Keep
up the great work, Lydia. Great organisation. Karen, thanks for coming in and being on TV.
No problem.
And it's really important to show everyday people living everyday lives as well. We're going to take a break on the couch. Always happy to help people. 700 episodes we've been doing it. We'll do more of it after the break. Stay with us.
Connect with The Couch online through Facebook, Instagram and YouTube.
When you thought you couldn't get enough into a 700th episode, you've got to get these two. They've been here for so long, not literally today, but they've been on the couch so many times. Today they're back. They are known as Avida. That's their stage name. They are amazing people. Clay, thank you for coming in today. And Paula,
hello.
Thank you as always. It's always a pleasure to have you back. I know you guys are so busy these days with your music, your theatre, and being stars.
Well,
and you're also teachers as well. You teach people how to sing and perform.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having us back. Look, we all colour coordinated today.
I know. We're all like one. We should sing "We Are Family."
Someone's flat.
I got Clay and Paula with me.
Oh, well done.
Did you say fat or flat?
We said flat.
Oh, I thought you said fat. I thought that's nice. Thanks, Clay. I'll take your advice from now on. Avida is performing a show called Back in Time, a celebration of soul, funk. I'll get that right, funk, and disco presented by you guys. Tell us about this great show.
Awesome. I created this one basically because I wanted to do more fun, up-tempo stuff. We're very known for our soul music, and sometimes a lot of that is ballads and more mellowed out songs. So I said, let's chuck some disco in there and let's do some more funky tunes. So we went with more.
So what are some of the songs we're bound to hear?
We're talking about stuff like Disco Inferno,
Ain't No Mountain.
Ain't No Mountain. We're going to touch on that. Maybe Jackson 5 type stuff.
Some of the music artists that would sort of,
Yep. So we're looking like Jackson 5, Diana Ross.
Oh, yes.
Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin will be there. All the greatest.
It's a big
soul.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
What made you do this show, apart from the money, obviously? We know that one. But why why do a show like this? Are you guys passionate about that type
We
of
are.
style?
So we've done soul music for so long, and we're known around Perth to do soul music.
Yep.
But we kind of wanted everyone to know that we can just do more than that as well. And I love disco. Disco makes you feel happy right on the inside all the way out, and you just sing and dance and have the best time.
You guys have had an amazing journey the last 10 years.
Absolutely. Yes.
We've known you all along. I mean, people probably don't know. Remember when you did the Channel 7? Can you do that little bit of nobody? Here we go.
Every
3, 2, 1.
Nobody knows news like 7.
9 does. But and does it better, knows a lot more. No, look, you were the voice, also on The Voice a couple of times.
Yep.
Clay, you've been involved in music for a long time. You're
Yes.
a teacher, you're a singer.
So I was on
theatre.
The Voice with Paula in 2015.
Yes.
As part of Team Delta and Team Ricky. And yes, we've toured this beautiful country and New Zealand and
Indonesia.
So what's changed for you guys these days?
Our weight.
You're back to that again.
I think a lot of it now is we're taking quality over quantity, so we don't have to gig as much.
I feel honoured now.
We get to pick and choose what we want to do.
It's good because you've worked incredibly hard, I have to say.
Yes.
You and I, we live in Balga,
Yes.
which is a working class area. So
Yeah.
we're not snobs, we're not arrogant people.
We call it Balget. remember?
Balget
Yes.
and
Balget.
Westminster and all
That's
that.
right.
So we're pretty local, but you guys have really grown up when it comes to music. I love all the shows you guys have been involved with. Have you got anything coming up with other shows as well, theatre? Or not at the moment?
We have, but I can't announce that yet.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Just whisper it.
Not quite.
Oh, really? You're
Yes.
doing The King and I?
Yeah,
That's great.
Absolutely.
But
Now,
we're doing
look-
a lot of solo stuff at the moment.
I love
which
your
has been
solo
really
stuff.
cool.
You are husband and wife. A lot of people
Yes.
probably
Yes.
haven't guessed that yet. Otherwise, they would have killed each other by now.
Yeah.
Oh, we still do that now.
I love the name Avida. What does it mean?
Well,
Avida, let me. This
Yeah.
is for
you
me.
can have this one.
So, Avida is actually a diva backwards, and it's got 2 eyes in the
Oh, yeah,
middle.
it is too.
And the 2 eyes represent the 2 of us, because
Sort of like
one
ABBA.
of us is a diva.
It wouldn't be Clay. No, it's you, is it? A wonderful
Everyone thinks
diva.
it's me naturally, but no.
No, it's him.
It's him.
Clay and Paula, you've got this amazing show coming up. Tell us when it's on.
June 18th and 19th.
Correct.
Yeah, correct. I got it right. Great. I believe it's at the Duke of George in Fremantle.
And our Friday night show on the 18th is actually sold out.
Yes.
So we're just selling tickets to the Saturday.
What
night
happens
show.
if you get a lot more people that want to come? Would you do another show maybe?
Well, maybe. We probably will.
There you go. There's the hint, everybody. Get in there, buy tickets, run them out, and then ring the company and say, we want tickets. We want to all go and see Paula and Clay, and we'd love to see them perform again. You guys are wonderful. It's always a pleasure to have you in the studio. We'd love having you on our show.
Thanks for
I know
always
you
having
guys are
us.
flat out. And can you tell me, Clay, you're also doing teaching lessons and that, you
Absolutely.
guys. How do people get involved with that one?
Huh? Yep. Go on then.
It's Avida Songbirds is what we're called. So you can email us on avidasongbirds@hotmail.com.
Nice and easy.
Easy.
And
Well,
can
I
you-
couldn't remember
And
it,
can
but it was.
anybody sing? Can I ask you? Can anybody learn to
Everyone
sing?
has a song that they can sing. It's just finding the right song for them and the right key most of the
I
time.
thought you were going to say, yeah, everyone can sing, but it's either badly or good.
No. you sing okay.
Oh, well, you know, I've had my ABBA in me. When are we going to do an ABBA show?
Well, we might have to find one.
ABBA?
Oh, my
Yeah, soon.
Diva, Avida. No, look, it's wonderful. I can't wait to see this. It's called Back in Time, a celebration of soul, funk and disco, presented by these two, Avida. If you'd like more information, check out the website that's online. There's the info. It's at the Duke of George in Fremantle, East Fremantle. We'd love you to buy your tickets. They're available now at moshtix.com.au. And, of course, Saturday is sold out, but
Friday is sold out.
Sold out.
Saturday's still available.
Yeah.
And there might be a Sunday if you beg.
If you beg.
Absolutely.
I love having you on. You're going to perform for us, so I'm
Yeah.
going to let you go.
Okay.
They're performing our closing. So there you go. Just walk in front of the
Okay,
camera.
shall we?
It's one of those rules of television. Well, that's great as well. Lovely.
No one told us.
Yeah,
I saw something that others don't ever see. Thank you. I won't tell you what that is. That is it for the show today. Thank you for watching the show for 700 episodes. If you didn't watch all the episodes, where have you been? Thank you to Foxtel. Thank you to Aurora Television. Thank you to SIDE, the Education Department. And thank you to our fabulous crew throughout the years and the current crew. They do an amazing job. Our director, Adrian, that's been there for so many years. I'm going to leave you today because I've been told there ain't no mountain high enough. That's what the guys are singing. We'll catch up with you 7:01 next week. Bye for now. Keep smiling.
Listen, baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby,
just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe.
Remember the day I set you free? I told you you could always count on me, darling.
And from that day on, I made a vow, I'll be there when you want me some way, somehow. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe.
Oh, no, baby.
No wind,
no wind,
no rain, no winter cold can stop me, baby.
No, no, baby.
'Cause you are my
If you're ever in trouble, I'll be there on the double. Just sing for me, baby.
My love is alive, way down in my heart, although we are miles apart.
If you ever need a helping hand, I'll be there on the double just as fast as I can.
Don't you know that there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Don't you know that there ain't no